Irene was not as bad as some thought it might be, but politicians were not taking any chances. They know what happens when government is ill-prepared for disaster. CBS News senior White House correspondent Bill Plante has more on that part of the story. Bill, good morning.
Good morning to you, Jeff. Well, politicians at the local, state, and federal levels did everything possible not to repeat the mistakes of Hurricane Katrina, the Gulf oil spill, or a major snowstorm. And after Irene had blown through, the president came to the Rose Garden yesterday afternoon to make the point that his administration had done everything it could.
This has been an exemplary effort of how good government at every level should be responsive to people's needs.
The White House began early last week saying that it was stockpiling supplies all along the East Coast. And aware of how it looked, President Obama returned from his Martha's Vineyard vacation a day early. And on Saturday, he went out of his way to remind reporters invited to watch him at a FEMA briefing that he was on the job.
When I was on the phone with the governors and the mayors yesterday, and I asked them, was there anything they could think of that our team, meaning you, could be doing to help them get prepared, there was quiet on the phone.
It was a pronounced contrast to the April 2010 BP oil rig explosion, when the president made no public remarks until 9 days after the accident, leaving his administration open to criticism that it bungled the cleanup right from the start. New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, a politician with a national following, took major flack for being in Disney World with his family last Christmas as a blizzard slammed the Garden State. Christie was also a constant presence in front of the cameras over the weekend.
The fact that we were successful in evacuating over 1 million people from the most affected areas was a preemptive measure that I am confident saved lives.
And then there's New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg, who was initially missing in action at the start of that same blizzard, rumored to be at his vacation home in Bermuda. This time, he took the unprecedented step of closing the entire New York City transit system.
The best scenario possible is you take the precautions and it turns out they're not needed.
This is the picture that haunts politicians at every level. President Bush flying over storm-ravaged New Orleans in the wake of Hurricane Katrina, then congratulating his FEMA director for doing a heck of a job as the stranded and homeless wandered the streets of New Orleans. There were 2 points the president wanted to make. One is that there are times when government can do good, and the other, that at a time when fewer people than ever see him as a strong leader, he had taken charge from the get-go. Jeff?
Bill Plante at the White House. Bill, thanks very much.